There's the music. Come close by the water, little ones, and let me ask you one small thing before the story starts. What do you do when you find something so wonderful that knowing every last thing about it doesn't use the wonder up? It only makes it bigger. Hold that question close. Because some things in this world are made so wondrous that knowing all about them only makes you wonder more. God made it that way. Listen close, the answer's in the story. Now, this happened on a soft, sunny morning, down where the flowers grow thick along the meadow edge. The friends had gathered there, and on one low branch, swaying just a little, hung a small green thing, smooth as a polished bead. And nobody in all of Shiloh Creek knew more about a thing like that than Professor Hoot.
Behold, a small green bead upon a twig. Is it a jewel? Is it a berry? Is it a tiny green doorknob left by some tiny green door? Friends, I sense a tale in it, a grand one, and a grand tale demands a grand mind. Somebody fetch the professor. This requires an expert.
And down from the lecture branch swooped Professor Hoot, the most certain owl in all of Shiloh Creek. A true fact for everything, and never once a doubt. He cleared his throat and announced,
"Ah, a chrysalis, you have done well to summon me, for there is no creature in this wood who knows it better. Children, gather close, I shall tell you the whole marvel. For the beasts do not teach me, I teach the beasts."
Wait, what's that mean? Is it the little green sock thing on the branch?
Not a sock, Bongo, a chrysalis. When the caterpillar is full grown, it wriggles right out of its old skin one last time. And underneath is the chrysalis, its skin gone hard and smooth like a little shell. Not a caterpillar anymore, and not yet a butterfly. The resting shape in between.
Huh? Wait, so it's not even a caterpillar in there anymore? It wriggled out of its own skin, and the skin went all hard? Okay, that's kind of the coolest thing I ever heard.
Just so. 4 shapes children in one short life. First the egg, then the caterpillar, which ate and grew. Then the hard still shell, the chrysalis, and soon the butterfly. Egg, caterpillar, chrysalis, butterfly, a fact true beyond all doubt.
Wait, what's that hard little shell got in it right now then? Is there a butterfly getting built in there? Can I hold it? Just for a second? I'll be really gentle.
You may not hold it, Bongo. Observe only, for inside something amazing is happening. The old body of the caterpillar is breaking down, softening, dissolving into a kind of soup. Most of what it was is coming undone, on purpose.
Soup? It turns into soup? But, okay, but then how does it get to be a butterfly? You can't fly with soup. Soup doesn't have wings. I've checked.
Patience, Bong, go. It is not only soup, for hidden inside all along are tiny special cells, little survivor builders that come safely through the softening, and they wait, very quiet, and while the old shape loosens around them. And then, at exactly the right moment, they wake up and begin to build.
So the soup has tiny builders in it, little guys, just waiting in the soup, with tools?
A soup that builds itself a body? In secret? Inside a bead? I have told some dramatic tales in my time. I have never dared a tale this bold. Nature, you absolute show-off.
In a manner of speaking, yes. And from that soup, they build a whole new creature, wings and legs and feelers, all of it. Then it crawls out head first, its wings crumpled and damp, and pumps them full, and dries them in the sun for an hour or two. And then, children, it flies.
He knows every single part of it. And I just like to watch it. I've been watching this one since yesterday. It hasn't done a thing. It's the best thing I've seen all week.
Now, here's the part nobody loud was listening to yet. Shelley the tortoise, wise young Shelley, had not asked a single question. She just sat by the branch, watching the little green case sway, and after a while she said one slow, quiet thing.
There's an old line, you know, about how the animals can teach you something, the little ones especially, if you'll only stop and let them. Hoot knows the whole of how. I'm not sure anybody knows the whole of why, and God's the one who made it do that at all. I don't need to know how it works to love it. I just sit, and I watch the little green case, and I wait. Hoot's filled up 100 words about it. I haven't needed one. It's still the most wonderful thing on the branch.
Okay, but Professor, here's the thing I keep wondering. The soup. How does the soup know? How does it know to be a butterfly and not just stay soup or be a frog or nothing? Who tells the soup?
It knows because the special cells carry the plan. They are made to build a butterfly. That is what they do.
But how do they know? Who told the little cells what a butterfly is? Did somebody show them a picture? Do they practice first? Do they ever build it wrong and get a beetle by mistake?
They simply do, Bongo. It is written in them very small. They do not practice, and they do not get a beetle. Let me explain it again, more thoroughly, and then you'll see. The soup, you understand, is a guided soup, highly organized soup, the most organized soup in the entire meadow.
Okay, one more. When it comes out a butterfly, does it remember being a caterpillar? Like, does it remember the leaf it liked? Or is it a brand new guy who never met the soup?
Now that I can answer, and it is delightful. It can, in part. Scientists have shown a butterfly may carry a memory from its caterpillar days, straight through all that softening. So, a little of who it was rides along into who it becomes.
Whoa, so it remembers. Okay, but that still isn't how it knows to do any of it, is it?
No, it is not. A true fact, Bongo, and a lovely one, and you have still asked me the one thing I cannot answer. How it knows.
Whoa. So somewhere in there is a butterfly that still misses a weave. That's the nicest thing I ever heard. I hope it was a really good weave. Right, but, okay, who organized it though? That's the bit. Something has to know what a whole butterfly looks like before it builds one. So, who's holding the picture?
Wait. Organized how, though? Is there a signal? A timer? Bzzz. Okay, I tried to build a thing that folds itself, and mine folds into a sad little triangle every time. And that's just wings. This is a whole animal. And you still didn't say how it knows.
Yes, well, it is biology. It is simply how it works. And honestly, children, we needn't sit and stare at a twig all afternoon. I have told you everything that happens. It crawls out, it dries its wings. The waiting adds nothing. Let us move along to something I can finish explaining.
But I don't want the account, Professor. I want to see it. You said it'll really come out and really open its wings. That's the part I've been waiting for the whole entire time.
The branch is moving, Hoot. I think it's starting. I'd stay if I were you.
It moves! Professor. Magnificent Professor. I do not think the twig has read your schedule. A tale does not wait for the convenience of the lecturer. Sit, sit. The story is beginning, and you would walk away one breath before the curtain.
You're right. I am sorry. Sit down, all of you. We'll stay. We'll watch. Bongo. You asked how the soup knows, and I can tell you every part of it. The softening, the little builder cells, the wings filling and drying. I have a name for all of it. Every single piece. And I cannot tell you how it knows. Not really. I can tell you what happens. All of it. And I still can't tell you why it's so much more than what happens. I've never not known a thing before. Not once in my whole life. And I think I came down here to teach this little creature to all of you. And the funny thing is, it's the creature that's teaching me. Standing here, not knowing, feels stranger than anything I do know, and I don't entirely hate it.
Professor, now that you've stopped explaining, what is it you feel looking at that little branch?
Wonder. Plain wonder. I know the whole of how it works, and I am more amazed, not less. The knowing didn't shrink it, it opened it wider. And a thing this wondrous didn't make itself. Somebody made it to do this. God made that. I think the not knowing was a door I never opened all this time.
And just then, slow and shining wet, the little case split, and a crumpled new thing began to climb out into the light.
It's coming out. It's really coming out. Its wings are all folded up small and wet. Look. Look, it's holding really still. Is it okay?
It's perfect. It's pumping its wings full now. See them opening? Drying in the sun. In an hour or so, it'll fly. And here's the strangest part, children. I knew every word of that, and I still have to whisper.
It opened them all the way. Look at the colors. They were folded up wet. And now they're just out. It was a soup, Professor. A little while ago, it was a soup. And now, it's the prettiest thing I ever saw.
I shall never forget it as long as I live. I came expecting a doorknob. I have been given a miracle. And I, who always have a tale ready, find I have nothing grand to say. We are all just quiet, together. I think that is what wonder does to a soul.
I told you I just like to watch it. Now you know why.
Now, that afternoon, we sat in the warm grass while the new butterfly dried its wings, and I asked what the day had taught us. And Bongo, who had asked the biggest question of all, answered first.
I think knowing all about something doesn't use the wonder up. Hoot knew every single step, and it was still bigger than all the steps put together. Knowing it didn't make it smaller, it made it bigger. That's what made me want to say thank you to God for making it.
And I'll tell you what it taught me. I came to teach the beasts, and a little beast taught me. All my life I thought a fact was a box that held a thing, but a fact like that one is a window. It points up, to God, who thought of butterflies. I still love my facts, children. Now I let them point.
And I, for one, have learned that even a magnificent expert may sit quietly upon the grass and simply marvel. It suits him, rather. I shall tell the tale for years.
And me. Okay, me. I learned the other thing. I wanted the mechanism, the how, the spec, and the best part wasn't a spec at all. Nobody can build that little guy. Something way smarter than me already did. That's the first time being out-engineered ever felt good.
And the Bible has a line for exactly that, little ones. A long time ago, a man named Job wrote down something true, that if you want to know who made the world, you can ask the animals. It's in the Bible, in a book called Job, chapter 12, verses 7 to 9, and it goes, "But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this?" Which is the grandfather way of saying, even a little caterpillar can teach you who made the world, if you'll stop and let it. So this week, find one real thing, a bug, a bird, a leaf, and look at it close, the way Professor Hoot finally did. Learn all you can about it. Because the more you know, the more wonderful it gets. And when it's that wonderful, you can just look up and say, "God, you made that. Thank you." Now, isn't that something? That's how I remember it. And out from the reeds came the Mud Puppy Brothers. Splish, splash, and splosh. Splosh started.
Today on Mud Puppy Minutes, we will explain what in the world is a butterfly?
Easy. A butterfly is a worm that got scared pretty. One day a worm sees something spooky. Poof! Too pretty to be a worm anymore. Happens all the time. I've nearly gone pretty twice this week.
No, wait. Isn't a butterfly a caterpillar that hid inside a little case and changed its whole body and came back out brand new?
Oh no, wait, that can't be right. That's far too sensible. A whole new body? In a sock? Out of the question. A butterfly is plainly a leaf that learned to flap. The wind taught it. That's a butterfly.
Oh, a flapping leaf, yes. That's why they're so quiet. Leaves don't talk. I have never once heard a butterfly say a single word. Checks out.
Exactly. And they're crunchy. Well, they look crunchy. I have not crunched one. I would never. But you can tell. Leaf. Confirmed.
Wait, is it actually just a caterpillar that changed inside a little case?
Nah.
Mud puppies, we have solved it. A butterfly is a scared flapping leaf. Case closed.
Here's what's so, little ones. A butterfly isn't a scared leaf, and it isn't a worm that went pretty. Splash had it, for a moment. A caterpillar changes its whole body inside its own hard little shell and comes out new. That's the real of it. The frogs may keep their flapping leaf. And somewhere out in the soft evening, the brand new butterfly we'd watched dry its wings that afternoon lifted off and flew. So that's how I remember it, little ones. Be well, and don't forget to wonder.
See you next time, somewhere in Shiloh Creek.